Okay, so I can hear. I get that you want me to review this. I'm giving in. I'm gonna review it. So let's get oriented. This is where Exist believes the back wall separated from the right here, separated in this capacity from the beginning of the collapse. That the indicators that she wants to believe is crucial indicator is here. He. Um, what I believe is right there. That's underneath the car. Here's a car tire, truck rather. Let me pause that. Well, that was a waste. I just went chatting on. So let's look at this. The car, the crack, the fracture. All right. So I believe that this is just added by someone else. The green, as states, is marked up by Maud ST. This belongs to um, I can exist. I believe the engineer, the lady, I keep accidentally saying lady a lot. I believe it's the lady that did the imagery of the planter box that shows the fracture. The rotation, the fracture in the box, and the rotation. Not here, but at the K, out there at K, at the parking structure, at the opening there, by the trash cans. Trash can. So we got new images right there. We've got them. So we have them. So with that said, why not work with what you have? You see a dips in a deck over there. You don't have to go looking for a dip somewhere else. It's by chance happening also. Specifically, and very importantly, this person was there 3 weeks prior. They observed nothing of that. It made no documentation that we know of. It made it into anywhere. We don't have that. So we don't have anything that supports this. Now, we do have the cracks as you underneath the truck back there. I mentioned that before. But the crack underneath the truck could simply be a car under here. When it came to rest, when the pad went down, when it came to rest, it crowned over a car, and there's your fracture. So it could be simple as that. Now I'm going to do something else here. I'm going to move this over. Look at your wall system here. Your wall system has this levering up, I believe, because you're trying to identify the rebar I show in one of my videos in the ground. And so you have it levering up and moving over, as you state here, levering north. Okay, you asked me to view this. I'm reviewing it. You have it also plumb as this reaction took place. The lever was able to lift this up and move it over plumb. So your fulcrum, your lever arm acted in a perfect capacity to do that. You have this section here not fracturing, able to lift the wall up. I believe there's no rebar up there, and so you've got it acting. That's that amount of concrete able to act as a pry bar without fracturing, able to lift up the back wall, having to shear it from the existing connections because that wall system is connected to the K column at that wall, I believe, in a double block capacity. Even if it's a single, it still has to shear apart there, break that bond, and it would be elevated. So here's the back wall, and so this would be K. Let's call it. Let's do this column, and you have it by the cars here. This wall lifting up. As it lifts up, you don't have any fractures that show that it would lift up like that, where it broke free. That this plane up here has a low side and a high side, indicating it was lift up. I think Josh did the same thing when he tried to point out some fractures on the top box over here. They've been existing for way before this collapse. So he's wrong on that. I believe you're wrong on this one with the top wall, the cap, as it would be lift up. It would have to lift this entire wall system up. because there's nothing like this, right? No fractures. Nothing indicates it was lifted up. Over here, where it connects, you see that it's a double wall system, double blocks. Over there, presents is double blocked. Presents is double blocked, and we don't see that now. It's butted over there, I believe. Even though it looks rough and coarse, I don't believe they interlocked this wall and this one together. Interlocked with wire mesh or things like that. They might have put in the other location. It looks like they might have just went at it with a hammer and then parged over it. It just doesn't look like any wires coming across from the images I saw. So now we go back to your lever arm. Your lever arm over here at the base. So you have it able to lift this up without fracturing there. Alright, so that's an issue. You have it being going up plumb, and you remove the rebar that's here, because that would be an anchorage, and it would tear apart, spall off that wall. You don't show how that's happening. You don't show the next progression in an image of what happens next. You got rebar that comes across here like this. You got that rebar flexing a lot there, because here's the top of the pad that you have indicated, and you've got this rebar doing some serious flexural action, including the top steel and bottom steel. And you've got this box rotating in now, so you made a sharp turn there, going in that direction, indicating that this is your drop point. This is the plane at the box is the drop point. Now here is the issue with that. Go back to the images. Go back to your images, and you will see this. The truck ass end, if you will, is here, and a ladder goes. I put a ladder across it, right? But the ass end is there, and if you look at all those cars, I did this a long time ago. I looked at those cars. You have that box rotating forward, and it would have to do a reversal from where you have it. So you see what it's sharing? It's sharing the same room space as the truck's bumper. With that said, the trucks would have an impact from the wall system that you have rotating forward. What else would have those? The cars. I'm sorry, let it load for a second. Okay, this is where you told me to go look, so that's where I looked. Let me get rid of that. So the cars are sharing the same space as the planter box. Truck bed. The cars, there are 4 cars there. Not one indicates that a planter box rotated forward, and as the box went down, it had a reversal. The box went from that direction that you have it going, this direction. What's the force that rotated the box back in that direction and threw it back down into the opening where the planter box was? What's the force you have that got rid of this wall that rotated it back? The impact of the cars? Sure, no impact of the cars. All right, none took place. There's no contact there. The rotation, therefore, this wall system is the inner planter wall would be incorrect. With that, you have it rotating outwards. You don't have your steel here, so you don't have your interactions behavior correct. All right, the interlock, which creates a gusset plate system, if you will. Your top steel, the bottom steel's not there, so that's a deduction. You did a deduction, you just remove them. You have, again, this one section here acting as the capacity that, with no steel there, that is able to do level arm, lifting up all of that, and I don't see that having the You being able to use, I don't know what that is, even if it was 6 inches, that you'd be able to use it as a lever arm. What else we got here? You don't show what's happening. So you show. Let me do this. You don't show what's happening at the wall, at the column over here. The column, it's over here somewhere in your drawing. There's got to be a column there. But what you indicate by this section of the pad, and again, I don't think this is yours from what I saw in the comment above. What you indicate above is oh shit. I don't know if you saw that or not. Some animal. What you indicate above is that this part of the pad acted as a cantilever and it was plumb and flat. I'm sorry, very flat. And the reaction didn't take place to out here. Now that's off a column. Now you've got a whole entire back wall interlocked, and this is where you chose that you can have a deflection now. It doesn't make sense. You've got it by the column as being so rigid, but at the wall not being rigid. Look, I've got to go. That message, I have to deal with that message. All right, it popped up. Take care, guys. Love you. Bye. So this doesn't work.